Welcome to the Ask AI channel. Please hit that subscribe button and be sure to get all the new episodes as they are released. Our first question for AI. What is the difference between the theory of relativity and special relativity? The theory of relativity is a set of two theories developed by Albert Einstein in the early 20th century. The first theory, special relativity, was published in 1905 and deals with the laws of physics in the absence of gravity. The second theory, general relativity, was published in 1915 and describes the laws of physics in the presence of gravity. 1. Scope. Special relativity is a more limited theory that applies only to objects moving at a constant speed in a straight line, while general relativity applies to all objects. 2. Curvature. General relativity describes the curvature of space-time, while special relativity does not talk about any curves. 3. Complexity. General relativity is more complex and covers a greater part of the universe, whereas special relativity is a little simpler and covers a lesser part of the universe. 4. Gravity. General relativity is a theory of space and time as the two aspects of space-time, and a theory explaining the gravitational phenomenon, whereas special relativity does not deal with gravity. Difference between weak and strong emergence. The difference between weak and strong emergence is that weak emergent properties are properties of a large system that can be predicted or derived by computing the interactions of the system's constituent parts. On the other hand, strong emergent properties of a system are said to be impossible to predict by computing the interactions of its constituents. In other words, weak emergence is when the behavior of a system can be predicted by analyzing the behavior of its individual components. In contrast, strong emergence is when the behavior of a system cannot be predicted by analyzing the behavior of its individual components. For example, the behavior of a single neuron in the brain can be predicted by analyzing the behavior of its individual components. However, the behavior of the brain as a whole cannot be predicted by analyzing the behavior of its individual neurons. How far back in time does DNA go? If you're using an autosomal test such as Ancestry, 23andMe, or MyHeritage, you'll generally go back 6 to 8 generations. Assuming 25 years per generation, you can expect 150 to 200 years of DNA information by taking an autosomal DNA test. Is capitalism a natural extension of survival of the fittest? The idea of survival of the fittest was applied to capitalism during the Industrial Revolution, in which businesses are allowed to operate with little regulation from the government. This idea is often referred to as capitalist social Darwinism. However, please note that the concept of survival of the fittest in capitalism is associated with laissez-faire individualism and economic competition, leading to the survival of the fittest and unacceptable natural inequality. It is worth noting that the concept of survival of the fittest is a biological concept that describes the mechanism of natural selection. It is not a concept that can be directly applied to social or economic systems. The idea of applying the concept of survival of the fittest to capitalism is an example of social Darwinism, which is a belief that human societies and economies should be modeled on the principles of natural selection. In conclusion, while the idea of survival of the fittest has been applied to capitalism, it is important to recognize that this is a social construct and not a natural extension of the biological concept of natural selection. Capitalism is a complex economic system that has evolved over time and is shaped by a variety of social, political, and economic factors. Explain how domesticating animals influenced human evolution. The domestication of animals has had a profound impact on human evolution. It has led to the development of agriculture, which allowed humans to settle in one place and form complex societies. Domestication has also influenced human biology by exposing humans to new diseases and changing their diets. The domestication of animals has also influenced human culture. For example, the domestication of horses allowed humans to travel faster and farther, which led to the development of trade networks and the spread of ideas and technologies. the domestication of dogs has also had a significant impact on human culture. Dogs were the first domesticated animal and have been used for hunting, herding, and protection for thousands of years. In terms of human evolution, the domestication of animals has led to changes in human genetics. For example, the ability to digest lactose, which is found in milk, is a genetic trait that has evolved in humans due to the domestication of cattle. In conclusion, the domestication of animals has had a profound impact on human evolution, culture, and biology. It has allowed humans to settle in one place, develop agriculture, and form complex societies. It has also influenced human biology by exposing humans to new diseases and changing their diets. Finally, it has led to changes in human genetics, such as the ability to digest lactose. Using guns, germs, and steel create timeline of civilization's evolution with political events. Jared Diamond's book Guns, Germs, and Steel provides a comprehensive overview of human history and the factors that have contributed to the development of different societies. While the book does not provide a timeline of civilization's evolution with political events, it does offer a broad perspective on the history of human societies. The book argues that the development of human societies is largely determined by environmental factors such as geography, climate, and the availability of natural resources. Diamond suggests that societies that had access to more favorable environments were able to develop more advanced technologies and social structures, which in turn allowed them to conquer other societies. According to Diamond, the earliest human societies were hunter-gatherer societies that lived in small groups and relied on hunting and gathering for their survival. Over time, some societies began to develop agriculture, which allowed them to settle in one place and form complex societies. The development of agriculture also led to the development of writing, which allowed societies to record their history and communicate more effectively. The book also discusses the impact of European colonization on the rest of the world. Diamond argues that European societies were able to conquer other societies largely because of their access to advanced technologies such as guns and steel. European societies were also able to spread diseases to other parts of the world, which had a devastating impact on the populations of those regions. While the book does not provide a detailed timeline of civilization's evolution with political events, it does offer a broad perspective on the history of human societies and the factors that have contributed to their development. Thank you for your support. Please take time and hit that subscribe button. This will make sure you get all the new episodes as they are released.